Alright, welcome back, everybody.
Oh.
There's Stellar after we jumped on her back.
Stellar is getting treatment for her back injury. You should be ashamed of yourself for jumping on her like that, you baby.
That's the worst insult ever. Like, you just feel bad because you're an awful human being.
Also, you animal would have worked too. You should
Yeah.
feel bad for jumping on her like that, you animal.
Yeah, but, you know, she's fine. Whatever. It's the second love of your life, so...
So, when we left off, the last thing we were tasked with was to find the identity of the people who kidnapped
Yuck.
us.
It's the hair you pulled from Nigel's personal grooming assistant.
Look at those mites.
You get fingerprints all over it.
You get fingerprints in the hair?
Like, okay, so there's red and blue specks. What are the red specks?
Aliens.
What are the blue specks?
Other aliens. Have you never played Dr. Mario?
I feel like you could do better than that.
I'm picturing the
I'm
germs from
sorry,
Dr. Mario.
Mr. Will.
Fair.
The sequencer is for use by trained personnel only. Obviously, you don't fit that description. I'm afraid I can't allow you to use it.
Jibba the Hop.
Come on, Jebba, be a pal. Who'll know?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wilco. It's a StarCon regulation.
Because if we let you on there, you will literally kill everyone because you're so incompetent.
One thing that I find a little interesting, because I can see as we're recording this, on our screen, this score is almost impossible to see. But on the screen where it's recording, so you guys at home can see the score pretty easily.
2, 3, 3.
We can barely see it, is my point.
I mean, I don't... Yeah, it looks like 8, 8, 8. We won.
Please, Jebba. Who's gonna know? Let me try this one thing. I'll be out of your way. No one will find out.
I don't know, Mr. Wilco. I'm not one to break regulations. I really don't think it's a good idea.
I swear, it'll only take a minute. We're out in the middle of nowhere. No one will find out. And I'll tell you what. Anytime you want it, one free plunge job.
Yeah.
Day or night. What do you say?
I hate...
Well, I don't know.
It'll only take a minute or two, really. Come on, Jebba, be a pal.
Well, okay, but just this once. If anyone finds out I'm sunk, then I'll come looking for you to take it out on. Keep that in mind.
No problem. I'll be done in a flash.
I really don't know why I'm doing this.
I don't either.
This is gonna end poorly.
What I was trying to say is I hate when the solution to a puzzle in an adventure game is, well, just talk to the character that just said you couldn't do something. Because that doesn't feel intuitive. Like, oh, so I gotta find a way to distract it. No, all you gotta do is talk to him.
But, like, for real,
It's-
though, let me do this.
Oh, okay. I don't like that solution.
This, I mean, this guy doesn't even look like the person he's supposed to be emulating.
Well, that's because he's Jebba the Hop. He has grasshopper legs.
Uh-huh. I mean, I wish it was nutted, but whatever.
True.
That's just me. You stupid. Ooh, something that was to click. Great. Things to throw away in the recycling bin.
That's delightfully non-helpful.
So we're just gonna leave that hair there.
Someone needs it. For their mustache.
Neat. I've always wanted to try one of these on the compost.
Data card, data card.
Nigel Rancid is his name.
Wow.
We should remember that for later.
Oh,
Nigel.
hi, Stellar. I hope your back's feeling better.
What?
They just finished treating
What?
me, and it
What's
is starting
happening?
to feel better. However, I was told to lay off
Can I talk
rescuing
over?
people for a while, especially you. So, did you have any luck?
This sucks. This
I
is
got some
stupid.
information from the sample I ran through the DNA sequencer. When I
Good.
tried it,
Look at
all I
it.
got was a name. All it said after that was that the file is closed. I wonder why that is.
It's like a belly
I don't know
button.
for sure, Roger, but it seems a bit suspicious. When a file is marked like that, there's usually a very good reason. Most frequently, it indicates the file is closed for intelligence purposes, or it's legally sealed by some judicial body.
Murder.
In the case of those tubs of guts that grabbed you, I'd have to say it's not a government agency directly behind it. It sounds more like someone with access from the outside to a friend or two inside. A more paranoid person might say this smells way wrong.
Couldn't have done it without her.
Then again, when did you last change your socks?
Oh.
If the files are sealed, then we have nothing to go on.
She looks like she fucking raided a couch
True.
for that.
The only thing I can think of is that they may be accessible by jacking into cyberspace. I've never done it, but I know it can be done.
So I guess this means you won't be trying it first. I'd love to try it, but I can't since we don't know how.
Well, actually, I read it can be done with the help of a cyber jack and headset and a cyberspace jack interface module. The article said there are several things to access out there and that there's a vast library of files to browse.
Okay, the fact he
It said that the Information Superhighway project is a little behind schedule, but that there are some operative areas. Other than that, I don't have a clue as to how he can gain any information about them.
The fact he assumed she wouldn't know anything
So
is
you think this cyberspace thing could work?
bullshit.
I can only tell you what I've read. Navigating it takes a little patience, but I think it's the only option you have. I don't know if you'll locate a cyberjack and headset. Because of the delays in the project, they've become more like collector's items than marketable, functionable products.
So sell it on Space
We do have
eBay.
cyberjack modules built into the compost.
eBay.
That's true. Of course, we won't know anyway without the jack.
Jack eBay?
That bites. I wonder where we could find one of those.
Thanks, Bart Simpson.
I wish I knew, Roger. There must be some place.
Attention! We are now orbiting the Delta Berxalon 5 colony as requested by StarCon. Most of you know your assignments as they have been broadcast to your composts. Please represent StarCon properly. Kilbasa, out.
Yeah, you can trust Roger to do
You
that.
better get moving since you don't know yet what your assignment is. I have some checking around to do. We'll talk later.
Why would he not know his assignment?
Thanks, Stellar. I'll see you soon.
Ugh!
Maybe we can work in that dinner.
Wait, was there no sound there?
What?
Is there?
No, I heard it.
Oh, I didn't. Maybe that was a weird thing. But also, fuck you, Roger.
Maybe
like,
we're gonna do.
the fact that Tawasa is like, hey, this is important, and you've not looked at your comm unit, datapad.
Yeah, it's
whatever.
on the terminal in his room, which is where we are now. So now we'll find out what our mission is.
That's stupid.
And I don't know if I mentioned it or not previously, but Commander Kilbasa is obviously meant to be a riff on the Kilrathies from Wing Commander. So he's a cat
Why
alien.
is he not voiced by, Mark Hamill? There we go.
Because they couldn't afford Mark Hamill.
Because Wing
You
Commander.
had tickets to see Quasar live in concrete with Beatrice.
Beatrice, you're fucking...
That was before you got busted back down to janitor and assigned to this dad-blasted floating heck hole of a mother-talking spaceship.
That got real.
A note, this game has scrupulously avoided any rough language that would result in having to be rated as an adults-only computer or video game by the Game Censorship Board of the U.S. Senate
I
Subcommittee.
fucking haven't.
Yeah. True story.
This is a Beetlejuice clamoring hagfish fern. You've tried everything you could think of to get it back to health.
Beetlejuice.
Unfortunately, all you could think of to do was to stand over it and say, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
We don't need
Beetlejuice?
that last one. Oh no, I was trying to avoid the third one.
Nothing happened here. I'm
Okay.
disappointed.
Have you
okay.
tried feeding it blood? Because
That could work. I know what that's from. Okay.
Wow, it's the old. Too
oh,
bad.
sorry. Well,
Yo,
I'll look at it
that's-
again. What did you want to say?
So the only way you would know what you are expected to do is be in your room?
He sent everybody a message
Yes.
with their job duty,
Yes.
and he said he sent it to your compost. So I guess the internet doesn't work in the future.
So you just
You got to go to your terminal.
That is straight stupid.
Well, the internet was still young when this game was being developed. This
Yeah,
game
but
was
it's
still
a-
running on
It's
DOS.
a sci-fi game. Like that's the fun part where you can just make up things.
I
Like think
agree.
about like Asimov and the dude who wrote Electric Sheep, whatever.
Philip K. Dick.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I
Holy
that's what
cow!
they did.
It's your Golden Mop Award for your feats of daring do in Space Quest 1.
Wow.
We did that.
We got a golden mop. Sell that shit.
Wow, it's the old translating gadget you used to communicate with the subterranean alien back on the planet Corona in Space Quest 1.
We did that too.
So
Too bad they don't make those little dilithium watch batteries anymore.
is everything here just from Space Quest 1?
Whoa, it's the star generator remote control
Apparently.
you found aboard the Sarian ship during Space Quest 1.
Great.
Hey, it's the Pocket Pal terminal you filched from an abandoned land speeder on Xenon during Space Quest 4. Say it's the old hint book you found in the bargain bin at the software store in Space Quest 4.
So why is it only 1 and 4? So
Yeah,
much?
you missed the part in Space Quest 4 where we had to get a hint book for how to beat Space Quest 4 in Space Quest 4. Although, to be fair, we were in Space Quest 11 when we got the book on how to beat Space Quest 4.
I'm gonna shoot myself.
Ooh, it's your old Autobucks card from your shopping spree at the Galaxy Galleria after you saved the latex babes from that hideous sea slug in Space Quest 4. It's expired, unfortunately, but then you don't need much money aboard the deep ship.
I want to.
Besides, people would talk if they saw you dressed that way again.
I'd like to ask how a card from the future is expired now.
That is true. Is Deep Ship supposed to be Deep Throat?
I'm not sure. I think it's supposed to be deep shit.
I mean,
And then 86 is a euphemism for getting rid of somebody, right?
I love saying shit. But like this, when was this game made?
96?
So
98?
they're not that fucking clever.
Wow, it's your official employment rejection letter from Sierra Online at the end of Space Quest 3.
Thank you.
It just says, not a chance. And it's signed by Ken Williams.
I'll give him that. That's pretty funny.
Hey, here's that pack of matches you stole from the Eulance Flats bar when you returned to Space Quest 1 during the time travel sequence in Space Quest 4.
So why are we only getting 1 and 4 then? Is it the same director?
This poor dresser hasn't worked right since they hauled it on board. Wait, were you looking at yourself or at the Bureau?
Both.
Well, same message either way.
Thank you.
I can't find anything from 2 or 5.
Looky, it's your old Radion Terror Beast mating whistle from Space Quest 2.
Oh, I remember that. Look at how it's a dildo.
Wow, it's your official.
Nope, looked at that
It's
already.
a tiny dildo.
Just for the right size for Roger. This is from
This
4.
table is supposed. Since
No, look at the cigar.
It's
this table. Since
It's gonna get lost in
you've got a Quattrozebbi portable quartz heater set up in here.
whatever hole you put it in.
Your quarters are cozy and intimate, yet spacious.
I like leaving things like that.
That's one of the advantages of living in a converted cargo hold.
Because people can just take that part and there's no explanation. And you know what? That's beautiful.
Wow, a message for me.
I hope to hear
I must be getting
myself say,
popular.
You want to become mean?
I wonder what it is.
Of course I do. Who doesn't?
Wilco, Commander Kilbasa here. I have a special assignment for you. A crew person of special skills is required on Delta Berxalon 5. In the spirit of StarCon cooperation, we have decided to offer them your assistance. Transport there immediately. Kilbasa out.
No. I mean, like, immediately, like, other people already knew their positions, so, like, what?
Alright, I guess I gotta go do my job.
I like Hollow Cabana, though. That was nice.
Yeah, the Hollow Cabana is their holodeck. We will see it at some point.
Oh, I'm excited. Are there Tommy guns?
We will see if we can make there be Tommy guns.
Are there fedoras?
There are always fedoras.
Okay, I'm ready.
Thank you, my lady.
Energize.
I mean, I've got a fedora in the other room. You just wanted to wear one.
I mean, yeah. No one can see it, but, like, I do want to wear it for break.
Okay.
Gonna turn so many people on. It's gonna be so crazy.
Commander Kielbasa and that other guy look like they're just finishing up a conversation.
The other guy who looks like a scrotum.
Janitor Wilco, Dr. Bellows and I were just talking about you.
A scrotum?
Please report to
Owl.
Sharpay's quarters, Janitor Wilco. She is in need of someone with your special skill set. Be quick about it.
scrotum has 2 balls.
Yes, sir.
So, a ball? A scrotum with 1 ball?
Just scrote.
A scrote?
Dr. Bellows is, of course, a reference to I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh, of course.
Naturally.
I don't know how you would get that.
If you didn't watch I Dream of Jeannie.
And, you know, you're 30-something.
What are you trying to say about me?
Genie isn't on anything, not even like Nick at Night anymore, I don't think. I'm not saying anything, never mind, you're great, because I got to watch Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors, because...
Janitor second class, Roger Wilco, reporting as ordered, ma'am.
You.
Wilco, you say?
Sharpay?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Mr. Wilco, I expected you here some time ago. I've been kept waiting for minutes now.
I wish you sounded older.
I'm very sorry, Matt.
Ugh. Save the pathetic whimperings for your StarCon superiors, which I would expect includes everyone and everything on the food chain over there.
Ma'am, I came as...
If you're gonna have
Young
him interrupt, do it faster.
I lack the time, and most importantly, the patience to indulge you as you whine your way from one excuse to the next. May we please just begin?
That was definitely not bold and
Sorry,
capitalized.
but I wasn't briefed on what tasks would be required of me.
I mean, when she said it.
You are a
awful.
janitor, Mr. Wilco. What do you think I want from you, a heart transplant? What has become of StarCon?
No exclamation point.
When
no.
my 5th husband, Admiral Bluntfang, served, the crop of up-and-coming cadets seemed to have such promise. I recall this one rather striking cadet who... Oh, well,
This
never
bitch.
mind that.
Put it in your pants.
But you... I pray you do not typify what might be slithering down the halls of our formerly prestigious academy. That is one thing I do not look forward to witnessing.
Lady, I was a captain.
Get to work, Mr. Wilco. You'll find a mop and a bucket right over there. I have no time to devote to your education. That would take a lifetime, and the most copious amount of patience a universe could muster. My life is soon to expire. Please, just clean. I must rest now.
Can we kill her? I mean, like, fuck this bitch.
I think that can be arranged.
Thank God. I mean,
But first I'm gonna mop.
why are you following her orders?
Because I was told to obey her commands by my captain.
She's a how.
Mr. Wilco, please rattle the handle on that commode. It is positively maddening.
She's a how.
I have dealt with bosses like her before.
You got it, Toot. I mean, right away,
Really?
ma'am. Whatever I can do.
Toots.
Please do it, and quietly. I must have my rest.
Bitch, you could have fallen asleep like 15 minutes ago if you weren't busy insulting us. She's not even sleeping now. Like, what the fuck? Did she pull her
Mr.
cell phone out?
Wilco, it is time for me to take my meds. Please, fetch my trisonic sortium from the medicine cabinet.
Just
Yes,
Pull
ma'am.
out some
Maybe I can get this old hag to
antifreeze.
overdose.
Yes.
What was that, janitor?
Nothing, ma'am. I'll get those for you right away.
Just a bunch of antifreeze. Or, like, a bottle of morphine. That'd be great.
I
Is
can't find her medicine. I don't think she knows what she's talking about.
Is she literally on her cell phone? And then putting it between her
Hey,
cooch?
what the...
She's
While we
apparently...
await a fully formed thought from Roger, it should be mentioned that there seems to be some sort of gas entering the room through the left vent.
She thinks.
Hey, there seems to be some sort of gas entering the room through the left vent.
Aha!
I seem to be in a world of deep... Ah, jeez, the door!
So she is obviously looking at her cell phone.
no, she activated the gas to kill us.
No, she's looking at her cell phone and
Okay.
then putting it between her legs so that it vibrates. And if she kills us, it's gonna go crazy.
You realize your strength alone will be no match for the
And then her-
mechanized door.
Life will be worth something for once, because she's probably never had an orgasm before, and that's sad. It's the future. There are robots with dicks.
You give the piston a yank, and sure enough, it comes loose in your hands. Perhaps it was your raw strength. More than likely, it was defective.
Is she dead?
Oh yeah, this gas is gonna kill her. But we're getting the hell out.
What? Did they explain why she wanted to kill us later?
Yes.
Okay, then I will
Good
stop.
thinking! Wedged in the door, the manual override control causes the piston to strain against the door.
Yeah, obviously.
It pushes a few inches and seems to strain at that point.
I'm a fucking intellectual. Let it go. Bitch, get.
Wilco!
She can just
Oh,
appear.
hi, Stellar. What are you doing here?
Let's have a casual
There's no
conversation.
time to talk, Roger. We've got to get out of here now.
No fucking duh. That's what I was doing. You're useless.
1, 2, 3.
What?
Just as you crash to the floor of the turbo shaft, the hydro riser piston gives way, and the door slams shut, with Stellar still trapped inside. You claw and pull at the seams of the bulkhead door, but to no avail. Just then, you hear and feel an explosion, which seems to have come from behind the door.
I didn't hear anything. Oh.
There it is. This is
The
stupid.
door is sealed
Even
tight.
if she survives.
You can hear no other noise after the ear ringing from the blast subsides.
She's,
My God. I can't believe this. It can't be happening.
she's fucking useless.
She was... I was...
Yeah, she did not actually contribute.
Stellar!
I hate this. I hate that font. I hate him. I hate her character. She is not a strong, independent female. Oh, look, we're gonna have a fucking...
It's hard to believe that this is the Hollow Suite. The setting is much like the graphics you've scanned in the library from those planets more interesting in their climatic diversity. From the scenic jutting peaks, soft hills, and lake in the conjured distance to the lush, pixelized growth of trees, flowers, and grass in the foreground, the holodeck has that sublime park-like perfection.
So, it's like scruffy.
Unfortunately, its serene beauty is sadly negated by the headstones and the solemn event about to occur. The laying to rest of your rescuer and true friend, Stellar Santiago.
It's scruffy. Also, what the fuck?
You are feeling as you have never felt before, perhaps helped along by the relatively short stints aboard the various ships, as well as all too brief friendships. You've been spared the emotional devastation of true loss by lack of attachment.
It's the groundskeeper from Gabriel Knight.
This, however, is a different feeling, far different from anything you've ever experienced. You can't help but wonder how you'd act towards Stellar given a second chance. But you know that can never happen. She gave her life for you, and you will never be able to thank her.
I'm gonna fucking start doing math.
Enough smarm already. Let's funeral.
This is retarded.
Let's funeral!
Ladies and/or gentlemen, we assemble here today to honor the memory of a former crewmate,
Let me get my
Lieutenant
needle.
First Class Stella Santiago. Her unfortunate death
No,
takes
hey,
place
put the
in the
knife away.
shadow of a new community,
I need
the
it.
dawning of a new life
need it.
for the aged of our galaxy.
Aw.
Although death is never easy to accept, we must remember that the tragic accident which took her from our midst occurred while she was on duty.
This is
If a
dumb.
member of StarCon must perish for some reason, there is no more honorable way.
So
It is
fucking
part
dumb.
of the oath we recite and take to heart when we pledge our allegiance.
Oh, good. The chaplain is part of this fucking
I
group.
believe her friend, Janitor Second Class Roger Wilco, has a few words he'd like to say. Mr. Wilco?
I wish we'd gotten to bone, but we didn't.
I should have slipped through the sausage.
I'm sorry I pulled out. Oh, a eulogy. You actually spelled it right. That's actually. Wait, that's spelled right?
I only knew Stellar for a short time. I wish I could have gotten to know her much better. To have had a deeper understanding of this person. I was proud to have called friend.
A short time? A short time? How much is a short
Of
time?
my friend, I can only say this. Of all the souls I have encountered in my cleaning, hers were the most scuff-resistant.
Shut the fuck up.
Because he's a janitor.
Yeah, I get it.
I like this gag, actually.
That's nice, because the holodeck, they shot out into space. I get it. I get it.
Somebody died for that joke.
I just explained it to everyone if you didn't get it. That guy's... It looks like a red rocket. Goodbye. Don't touch that with your... Kobasa, you suck. Everyone sucks.
This tube sucks.
True. Okay. Can we, before we move on, talk about what just happened?
Sure.
So, we fucking bitched about Stellar,
Yep.
and now she's dead.
Yep.
For no goddamn reason.
Yep. If only the plot was going to tell us something.
What the fuck? She showed up for no reason. We could have gotten out of...
Yeah, we had solved it. We had solved it on
We
our
solved
own.
the goddamn puzzle, and then she showed up, and it was like, ooh,
She was like, no, you must live and I must die.
I can't even be...
Wow, a message for me.
Hold on 1 second.
I must be getting popular.
This is gonna be stupid.
I wonder what it is.
So... fucking
Roger.
stupid.
Help me.
Ew!
I only have a moment. They faked.
Stellar, what happened? The picture's gone. You're alive?
Wow. That's...
So now our quest is to save Stellar Santiago.
Who looked like a fucking, like, meth head?
Yeah, she is not an attractive character.
No,
I mean, I hate
she
to
looked-
judge a woman on her appearance like that, but
She looked worse there than she did before. Like, what the hell is happening? She looked awful. Also, if she's supposed to be a strong fucking woman, how does she get kidnapped like a bitch? Like, straight up bitch.
It's Commander Kielboss's kitty litter box.
On the
This
bridge.
is where he makes most of his best command decisions.
Understandable.
Not to mention all of his log entries.
Ha, poop joke. And there's Red Rocket.
That's
his-
Commander Kielboss's command center.
scratched up.
No, wait. It's his scratching post.
It's both.
No, it's his command center. Scratching post. Wait, kids, don't fight. It's both.
Wow, it's like I wrote this game? Aren't you jealous?
It is like you wrote this game.
Don't touch him, he's gross.
Your words are so unspectacular, nature doesn't even see fit to grant it an echo.
Harsh burn, bro.
Don't touch them. It's gross.
I just need to talk to him. I need to tell him Stellar's alive.
Commander Kielbasa, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I've just received a distress message on my compost. And it was from Stellar.
My eyes are crossed so hard.
Wilco, have you been whiffing cleaning fluid again?
I'm absolutely as sane as I've ever been. She's being held on Delta Berxilon by Sharpay.
Obviously.
Wilco, do you realize how irrational that sounds? We buried Stellar. You were there. Maybe you need a rest. Take a couple of hours off.
Sir,
Wilco, we have our orders from StarCon and we'll be carrying them out.
Buried her in space.
Drop it, janitor. Leave the bridge now, Wilco. I've made my decision.
Janitor. Is he?
I don't see that we have an alternative. We're gonna have to steal a shuttlecraft and go rescue Stellar Santiago.
I don't wanna. Can you just, we can't just keep her dead.
But she's not dead. She's still alive. She's out there somewhere.
She should be dead for sucking so much.
We need to learn something first.
I hate learning.
We need to learn about the Vulgars.
Oh, that's me.
They're a peaceful race of brilliant and logical
That's not
thinkers
me.
whose only real joy in life is to stride around the galaxy with superior attitudes and correct other people's grammar and spelling.
Half me?
They also enjoy designing outer space strategy simulation games. This makes them nearly as insufferable as university academicians? Academians.
It's supposed to be academians, but
Academicians? But not as well paid. Considering their placid and studious lifestyle, it's interesting to note that the Vulgars have developed an extremely practical martial arts technique called the Vulgar Nerve Pinch.
What's that a reference to?
It's a tactile oral maneuver in which the pincher pinches the bundle of nerve fibers at the base of the neck while whispering dialogue from either Tango and Cash or Hudson Hawk.
I have never watched those because I just turned 30.
This particular combination of stimuli results in a searing flash of pain and then unconsciousness, which can last for several hours. Can you remember 555-1212?
No.
Then we're in trouble.
Okay. Numbers are hard. Wait, is this it? This is where I need to put 555.
No, we're going to go to the Hollow Cabana and run the program 555-1212 and learn the Vulgar Nerve Pinch. Oh, actually, is it? I probably need to use the other panel, right? I like the walking sound effect in here. I like how nice and echoey it is.
555-1212. Uh-oh.
Ah. Don't you laugh at me. I don't know how
I'm not
computers
laughing
work.
at you, I'm laughing at this dumb shit.
I don't know how computers work. How was I supposed to know I had to turn it on first?
Welcome to Hollow Suite Program 555-1212, the Vulgar Nerve Pinch. Despite our reputation for being pacifist, we Vulgars have developed an extremely practical martial arts technique used mainly for defensive purposes. It is called the Vulgar Nerve Pinch. This is a tactile oral maneuver in which the applier pinches the bundle of nerve fibers. This particular combating effect, it is similar to a temporary orally induced robotomy. Victims are soon rendered unconscious for several hours.
Have you
When
ever
they
had a
awaken,
lobotomy?
they will remember nothing of how they came to be unconscious, if they are extremely lucky. I shall demonstrate on my most eager volunteer.
Is it a candidate?
You will please to pay attention.
History gem? Someone's laughing
Address
right now.
the subject in this manner. Please to notice the location of my hand as I begin the narcotic chant of cinematic morphine.
He mutters something thankfully unintelligible into the ear of the volunteer.
Oh, Tango-san, maybe you can for your sister. I have told you what, and like, we're gonna have margaritas together. Oh, that's what let's get. Oh, we have fun. Oh, get a hubba going in the whee. And I just like that.
This is actually my pickup technique.
So,
that explains
as you can
why.
see, it is very effective. If you can apply a proper grip to the neck, it will disable 9 out of 10 neck-bearing species.
60% of the time, it works every time.
This completes our program. Think of it.
Great. I fucking learned nothing.
Ah, but now we can use that.
Can we? Because, like, I can't use it right now. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Really? Give it a shot. Come here.
Okay. Alright.
Now you gotta whisper some dialogue from Tango and Cash or Hudson Hawk.
I don't know what those are.
Yeah. You see, you gotta do your research first.
Fuck. My life is a lie.
Although I liked you touching me.
I shit you.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of your default feeling toward me.
That's true.
Somehow we're supposed to steal... I remember there's an item we're supposed to get from here, I just don't remember how.
Touch the butt.
He ignores you. What did you expect him to do? He helped you, and it's time for you to move along. We have adventuring to do.
But the butt.
That wouldn't prove fulfilling.
But the butt.
His butt's not fulfilling.
You start to say something, and then you remember that you're supposed to be a man of action, not words. Or is that the other way around?
Okay, I can't remember how to get what we're supposed to get from here, so I'm going to come back to it later. And instead, I'm going to gather other supplies that I know we're going to need from 8 rear. It's the opposite of 10 forward.
A long time.
We're going to talk to our buddy Sydney here.
Oh, we're not going to try to get Mr. Swinland to make the song go?
Well, now we know how to.
That's true.
We could do it at any time.
Forever and ever.
Hello, Roger. Please join me in consuming something.
Thanks, Sydney.
You seem uptight.
Say what? Upright? What are you talking about, Sydney?
Uptight was the word. Perhaps that is too archaic a reference for you. It would have been more effective to say that you seem concerned.
Oh, yeah. I do have a thing or two, well, at least something on my mind.
I am sorry to hear this. I hope your concerns are soon alleviated.
Thanks, Sid. I do have to come up with some solutions.
So, I just realized the spelling is different.
The
for
spelling.
Sydney and
Sydney, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you.
Flame away, Roger.
Yeah,
you know I'd give you my right
Roger
appendage if you needed it.
is a fucking dick.
Funny you should say that,
Doesn't
Sydney.
even know how to spell his
I
friend's
kind of have
name.
this situation where that very item could come in handy.
Really? Well, I was merely saying that metaphorically.
Fuck you. You can't
You
spell my name.
really are a great friend, Sydney. That'll come in real handy. I can't thank you enough, Sydney.
Well, if you really are seriously in need of it, I suppose I could lend it to you.
Fuck you.
I like...
You will get it right back to me, won't you, Roger?
No.
Oh, yeah. You bet your nut flanges, Sydney.
He has nut flanges. I like that Roger knows what items he needs, even though we haven't encountered the puzzles for them yet.
You always need an arm. You learned that.
Sydney,
Rocket Raccoon.
I kind of need another favor. I need one of your eyes.
Pardon me, Roger. For a second, I thought you said you also wanted one of my eyes. I must have my auditory circuits diagnosed.
Well, actually, Sydney, I could use one of your eyes.
Are you certain, Roger?
No, I'm lying. It's
Well,
funny.
I guess if you really need it...
Obviously.
Oh, I do. I really do, Sydney. You're a mechanized
The
lifesaver.
spelling drives me nuts.
You will return them soon, right, Roger?
Oh, of course, Sydney. Real soon. Listen, I've got a couple of things I've got to attend to. I'll see you soon. Thanks, Sydney.
As long as you say it will be soon, Roger.
Oh, yeah. See you soon, Sydney.
Well, half C.
Fuck everything.
Hey, don't take it out on me, lady.
I'm sorry. I'm more upset that Roger doesn't even know
How to spell his friend's name?
names.
He's
Yeah.
not spelling it, he's saying it.
It
which is
doesn't matter.
weird.
You summon the ability.
I don't even remember what I... That's not what I meant to pick. Can I pick the panel
You pitch
through him?
yourself.
No, I cannot. Get out of the way.
I see what you're doing.
Do you?
If you strong arm the compost, you'll get ahead in life.
That's exactly, you cracked my plan.
You should offer them a hand.
I think that would work on this one, but this guy doesn't have a neck.
When you should look at him and let him know that he's got a medical condition.
So I think what we'll do next time, because we're going to wrap up here, is we are going to steal a space shuttle and go save Stellar Santiago.
Yeah, obviously, because that's what I wanted to do.
Because Stellar Santiago is Rachel's spirit animal.
Clearly.
She wants to be Stellar when she grows up.
Yep.
A strong, independent woman who don't need no man.
Grounds up, and I'm grounds up.
So, we will see you guys next time when I pinch a little dude in the neck.
Fuck off. I mean, hello, goodbye, whatever we're supposed to say. What do we say?
we don't have a set thing. We just kind of say bye.
This has been a great experience.
We'll see you next time. Say goodnight, Rachel.